Halloween movie where he's in with the guys.
But that's all right.
It's all right. Just me and you.
We got a special kind of friendship.
Special kind of friendship.
Your friend.
Sure you
Oh,
are.
no.
Fishing buddy?
Fishy buddy.
Sure you are.
I'm not your friend, guy. I'm not your guy, buddy.
Yeah, the Canadians and the Americans. I'm not your guy, buddy. I'm not your buddy, pal. I'm not your pal, friend. I ain't your friend.
And
Like
I
that.
thought that clip couldn't get worse. Boy, was I wrong.
Hey, it could have been
That's Robert Loggia.
Can you spell that for me?
Certainly. R as in Robert Loggia. O as in, oh my God, it's Robert Loggia. B.
Oddly enough, I like that better.
That is actually one of my favorite Family Guy moments. Because again, I have that photographic thing, and those things live inside my brain all the time. I walk around and well, I talk about this because Keith is one of the few people that is exactly the same way. And that's why I love the show Dream On with Brian Benben, because his character is a guy that the babysitter was the fucking TV. And so he and the TV kind of meld at the opening titles. And in the show, he's a guy that does like what Keith and I do, which is when somebody says something to us, we have a fucking clip from a movie or a TV show in response to them. And that show did that. And I'm like, oh my God, I guess there are people like me out there, because that's what that show is about. And it made me happy that there are other people out there that think that way. And, God, I can't tell you how many times a Star Wars line has popped into my head when somebody said something to me. Like Han Solo lines. I like Luke Skywalker's too. Like, when he gets whiny, when he gets real whiny. And I just want to do that to somebody, It's like, but I was going to go to Tashi Station.
Pick up some power converters.
Yeah, and I've used the line from Star Wars to describe Lebanon, Missouri, where somebody says, where are you living? I said, I live in Lebanon, Missouri. Where's that? And my answer is, if there's a bright spot in the universe, it's the furthest point from it.
It's the planet that it's farthest from.
Yeah, if you're on Highway 44 driving by Lebanon, Missouri, if you cough or sneeze, you missed it. That's what this place is. And I was going to do something. What was I going to do? That's right. Edit. There we go. There we go. I like your name tag, Matt.
What?
Adam Sandler Jr.
By the way, we have a new viewer.
No, Queen was here last week. Good to see you, Queen. Good to see you.
I don't remember that name.
Oh, I do. That was a fun show too. Queen, do you remember which movie that was that we watched that day? I can't remember which one that was, but I just remember you popping in. Let's see. Gambit the First. I like this, by the way. That is the manga James Bond, isn't it? I got some copies of those, and I started going through them. I'm like, this shit's really good. Made back in the 60s. There are the Japanese manga adaptations of the James Bond stories, and I thought that was fucking cool. And I owe that all to Shinatsky. He's the one who introduced me to that. One of the first comic book character crossover into other media. Yeah, well, yeah, it was it Charlton Comics that did it? I think that's what it was. It was like he originally known as Captain Marvel, by the way. And the difference when Marvel created their character, that was referred to as Captain Marvel. And Shazam was Captain Marvel. He's not Shazam. That's the word he uses that's why there's an exclamation point after it, that's what he becomes. And apparently he's referred to in Shazam 2 as the Captain. And it's in the movie. And I'm like, thank you. Because that was what was sadly missing in that film. And it's like, DC's like, well, we don't want to get claimed by fans as stealing from Marvel. It's like, no, Captain Marvel was first with Shazam. And I learned years ago that one of the key artists for Captain Marvel kind of based the look of Marvel after actor Fred McMurray. And so it's partially true because it is true, but it's not who inspired Shazam. It was more like Superman. And but they wanted to give him a look, so they gave him that little ripple on the top of his head where his hair was kind of wavy, a wave going back. It was kind of cool the way they drew him. Mark Strong was openly enthusiastic about playing Sivana. Yeah, describing me as an evil devil and stating that those roles are always fun to play. And he's good at it.
Playing bad guys.
He's so good at it, man. We are going to be doing Kick-Ass, and I plan to do that sometime in the next 2 months because that's another fucking role where he played a great villain. And
Evil Alfred.
Evil Alfred. He has his son who is a nerd, and he doesn't want to be a villain, but because Daddy gets killed in the movie, sorry for those of you who haven't seen it, but that's not on me. What the fuck is wrong with you if you haven't seen Kick-Ass yet?
Right.
Oh, I was planning to watch that this weekend. Nah, fuck you. I don't care. You get. With Keith and I, we've made a rule. You have exactly 6 weeks, and then we're going to start spoiling shit for you.
You know
Because if
that's
you
not how
can't-
my life works, right?
Yeah, but you don't care. So
I do
But,
care.
did Queen respond to me?
Not to that question, no.
Yeah, because I can't remember what movie you popped in on.
According
like a
to
week-
Gambit, was the Rocketeer.
But
Okay.
we did that a while ago. That was weeks ago.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it seems like think I saw you more recently than that.
Gambit is stalking the chat.
That's it. Thank you. Fawcett Comics. And then DC bought Fawcett. They also bought Charlton Comics too.
And I love how in the high school is called Fawcett. I don't remember the second part, but they kept the name Fawcett for the high school.
They
the
also
movie.
Yes,
bought-
yes. They did a
also
lot of
bought
cool
Farrah
stuff.
Fawcett too.
Shut up, man.
And,
Cat.
and wait a minute, just to complete, the dad jokes, they also bought the kitchen sink to go with the faucet.
Which also, by the way, is another comic book publisher. Anybody?
The kitchen sink?
Kitchen Sink Press. Owned by a guy with the last name Kitchen. So
Comic books are fucking weird, man. Comic
Well,
book companies
they
comic book
fall under-
companies are fucking weird.
hold on. That's true, but the fact is the grandfather clause legally gives them the right to use the name as well, which they did. They've used it all the way through the publishing, but they didn't do it for the films intentionally, not because of any fear of lawsuit, because all the lawsuits that took place were a long time ago, was the fact that Marvel called him Captain Marvel instead of what they used to call him, Captain Marvel. In fact, in the movie with the girl, they call her Captain Marvel, and it's actually Marvel. DC owned the rights, grandfathered in, because of the fact that his name is Captain Marvel, and he is, a god manifestation where the gods created this character for this kid. And one thing they argued about, like in the comic books, because I remember this fight with my friends, kids, is that Captain Marvel is Billy Batson grown up with superpowers.
Yes, it is.
And well, we learned that later, but when I was a kid, that wasn't what was going on. That this was just a being that was brought into existence by the gods, made manifested of the gods that the name comes from, Shazam. And so that's just what he looked like. But later on, it became part of the story that Billy Batson becomes an adult. That's why he doesn't go off somewhere, because that was actually something in some of the comics too, that Billy Batson would switch places with Captain Marvel, and it wasn't very popular, that the doing of that, because then how would Billy remember what happened? So they eventually made the alterations and started making Billy grow up instantly into Captain Marvel with superpowers, the powers of Shazam. And I always loved that. I love the comic books. I love the way it was drawn. I love that at a certain point they began to look like Fred McMurray. And Fred McMurray was, I don't know about you guys, but was one of my favorite actors as a kid, because My Three Sons was one of my favorite TV shows.
Yeah, it was a good show. It was.
I love that show.
Never saw.
I remember as a kid when I found out that Chip and Ernie were actually biological brothers in real life. I was like, that's wild, man. They're actual siblings, playing siblings, adopted siblings, but they kind of look alike. The only thing that makes Ernie different is he's got those fucking little birth control glasses on.
Wait, give me a second here. We have to do this. There you go.
North. So it's not a lawsuit. What DC feared was they've already made their movie, and they didn't want to conflate or confuse people. So they chose not to call him Captain Marvel for that reason, and that reason only. And I get it, but at some point he needs to be called the Captain, and they finally did in the second movie. Yes, not a very good film. The best part of that movie is the buddy cop part of it, where she teams up with Sam Jackson. And I actually enjoyed that section of the movie. But when they get to the farm, it's all downhill from there. Just really bad writing. I also got pissed when they wouldn't allow the original Captain Marvel to be a man. They said a man won't give birth to a woman. That was literally what they said. So they made the original Captain Marvel, a woman, Annette Bening. And as much as I love that woman, fuck that. Sam is a combination of the first, that's right, the mythological demigods. I remember Mercury is one of them. I don't.
Yes.
I forget what the other ones were.
Solomon, Hercules. The first A, I don't remember what it stands for. The second A is for Achilles. The C is for Zeus, and M is for Mercury. I don't remember the first A.
It's right there. Atlas.
I also believe that James Gunn fucked up by not bringing Levi back to play Captain Marvel again.
Atlas. I had it on screen.
Apparently coined by American comic writer Bill Parker. That's right. He was the creator. You had, excuse me. I'm sorry. You had Bill Parker as the writer, and you had CC Beck, amazing fucking artist, who were two of the powerhouse creators at Fawcett Comics. And the first version, I think, was Wiz, like WHIZ or WHIZZ Comics. And then it just started being called Fawcett Comics after that. Hey, Popcorn Geek is here. What's up, brother?
Yep.
Hi, Geek.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. It's the middle of the week. Did you know that Captain Marvel Comics outsold Superman for a while? Yes, I do. In fact, he was at one point the single most popular comic. And I do believe that because of his popularity is why DC started involving Batman and Superman in World War II. Because Captain Marvel clearly was somebody that would fight the Germans. And in fact, this tripped me out. The first Captain Marvel Shazam serials has Captain Marvel beating the shit out of a bunch of, Germanic World War II types. And then he actually takes the machine gun away from one group and mows them down.
Oh.
Like a good American. Yeah, Atlas for the stamina and strength. That's right. And depending, on the history, because the major mythological characters of Europe were, of course, the Normans with Vikings. Vikings just means pirate, but the Norman part of Europe had their gods, which included Thor, Loki, and what's their father's name? I forget.
Odin.
Odin. And then you have Greek mythology, which Roman mythology is stolen straight from.
Yep.
And
They just have different names for the
different
gods,
names.
that's all.
And the funny part is, in Greek, it's Heracles, and in Roman, it's Hercules. And we will show Greek-style mythological movies and then use Roman names, and that always bugs the shit out of me. If you're going to show Greek mythology, stop calling him Hercules. It's Heracles. And if you're going to show the Roman one, don't call him Heracles. It's Hercules. Same person, just different cultures.
The man who calls Kenneth Branagh Kenneth Braga.
No, I said Branagh is what I said.
Whatever. It's Branagh.
Oh, wait.
Now you're going to be stuck on this for 7.5 minutes.
My son, fucker.
Give or take.
That's oddly precise.
Watch my sign language. Watch my sign language. Yeah. That's you. Eat shit.
Gladly.
By the way, Anna and I had a great conversation today because I said, man, I love apes. They really are. I love great apes in particular. I also love grape ape, but great apes are awesome. And, oh, hey, does anybody remember what grape ape used to say?
Grape ape.
He'd say grape ape or biggly biggly.
Yeah.
Biggly biggly. Hercules is just the accepted name, but it annoys me when you show Greek mythology in a film and not call him Heracles. I'm like, oh, come on, man. Right in the Führer's face. Oh yeah, when he was the first one to punch Adolf Hitler. Yeah, and then the second one was Captain America. They couldn't let them get away with that. Hey, we're going to show it too. But
wait, did he also say that was meant to be a death blow?
Death blow. Do you remember when Italy used to make muscle man action movies? Oh yeah, what we refer to as the Italian gay period. Those guys were oiled up, dude. They fucking loved those fucking, and it was beyond the gladiatorial stuff. This was like crazy shit, man. What's his name that was Mr. Universe once? Steve Reeves. Man, oh man, all oiled up as Hercules. That title of movie Ulysses was always a peeve of mine. In the Iliad, his name is Odysseus. That's right. That was his Latin name. Yeah. I'm not going to see the new movie, by the way. Their casting choices are insulting. So I'm like, all right, fuck off, dude. If you're not going to respect
Odysseus
them,
is.
Oh,
Odysseus
I'm
is
gone.
a black woman.
yes.
I'm gone.
Either that or Pedro Pascal.
That is a train that I need to see wrecking.
What I want to see is somebody using AI go in and turn all the characters into Pedro Pascal.
Wait. Pedro Pascal is Odysseus?
No.
No.
Matt Damon.
He was joking. Yeah, Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
There's still hope.
I'm out. No, there isn't. They've got
Isn't that Nolan's movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in for it. I'm good.
When he did that, I suddenly became glad he didn't get Bond. So Connie Fury, hi, Christopher Nolan. Yeah, he wanted to go back. He wanted to make it possibly even make it black and white, but he wanted to go back and into the period where it was written in the 60s, late 50s, early 60s, and have it during the Cold War. And if he was trying to get the gig for a while, and I was kind of like, I kind of like this idea. I do. because they almost did it with Quentin Tarantino was limited involvement. He was not going to direct. He probably would have been involved with the writing and the producing of the film. But they were going to take Pierce Brosnan and reboot Bond with him in Casino Royale. And it ended up being Daniel Craig. And he found out that he wasn't Bond anymore on TV. That's the ultimate diss. He was butthurt over that shit.
Yeah, there's ways to get rid of people. That's almost as bad as like when Jerry Jones fired the Hall of Fame coach Tom Landry with an email.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Or when Jim Carrey? Who was it? No, it was Val Kilmer. Asked for a divorce from Joanna Whalley by you send a letter electronically through a device. I forget what that's called. It's
Email?
old stuff. No,
BlackBerry?
Old stuff.
Text through a BlackBerry, maybe?
Where you print on one side.
Oh God.
You
Really?
send it.
Wow.
Could be
A
worse.
fax machine, you mean?
There you go. Fax. Thank you.
Fax machine.
It could be worse.
You were fishing for the word, or did you?
Yeah, the
actually
word
wanna
fax. I couldn't
find out?
think. I couldn't think
Okay.
the name.
Sometimes it happens, man.
Yeah.
I do
No,
the
it
same
happens
thing.
to me all the time.
Yeah, look, man. After 45, your memory goes to shit. I've always had Keith and I have this deep drawer of information, and he and I both used to have a really fast retrieval system. And I got to 45 and it started to slow down. And when I got 55, I began to just like I think it's in this drawer. It's got to be in this drawer. And like, fuck, I hate getting old. Anyway, I can't imagine a Bond film directed by Quentin Tarantino. No, it was never going to happen. They say it was going to happen. I'm like, no, it's not going to happen. The closest thing he came to directing was a Star Trek film. But when it came to James Bond, they were entertained and liked his ideas, and they actually had meetings with him. But it was never for director. It was for working with them on the screenplay and helping them find the right director to do the project.
He'd have them having these epic conversations like they do in his movies, and then he'd go the Sean Connery route. He'd have Bond come in and just kill everybody that was talking, or smack the shit out of the girls that were talking, and you
need a good
lots of blood.
And then suddenly Samuel L. Jackson comes around the corner. Man, right? James Bond, you're a bad motherfucker.
Oh man, yeah, that makes me think of something else where it would be like Sean Connery walks up and he says to the female villain, he goes, "What did the hand say to the face?" I don't know. Schmack.
Well, Sam could have been Felix.
I would have liked that. I can't imagine a Bond film directed by TV. Absolutely. By the way, hi Milton Bradley. How you doing, man? James Bond should have been left alone, but no, another Bond film is confirmed as a release. Look, man, if you are a studio and you have a intellectual property that makes money, you can get mad about it all you want to. They have a right to do that. What I want is, if they're going to do it, stop fucking it up. And I really, because Anima was unaware of how much involvement Daniel Craig had and how fucked up Bond got under his run.
Oh, yeah.
He was directly involved with all the bad ideas.
Makes me like him even less.
No Time to Die is directly because of his input.
Yep. And by the way, I'm still going to say this: Quantum of Solace should have been called Another Way to Die, because that's the fucking theme song, and it's a better fucking title. Yeah. Quantum of Solace, even though I understand what it actually means,
it's a stupid title.
It's a nothing name.
Yeah.
You know, he's not looking for peace. That's not what his character is doing. That character is looking to die or kill the person directly responsible for Vespa's death. I can quote my favorite lines from Pulp Fiction right now. Yeah.
Can't we
Hey.
all?
Hey, Gabbett, how about that scene in Quentin Tarantino's house where he's got the coffee cup? All the N words he dropped.
Do I look like
Do
dead
not
N-word
encourage him.
storage? Do I look like dead N-word storage to you?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah,
Funny.
the title Quantum of Solace. I understand what the title means. It has nothing to do with what's going on in the story. Nor does they should have never given away the name of the organization in the film because they were still struggling to get the rights back. And they should have just left it that there's an organization. They seem to be calling themselves this, but I don't think that's who they are. I think they're hiding who they are. That would have been the smart way to go. Doesn't really reflect the story it was based on either.
The only part I remember of it is when he gives the guy a can of oil in case he's dying of thirst when he leaves.
That is one of my favorite moments.
It's hilarious.
In the Daniel Craig run. He says, I'm going to bet you make 20 miles before you start thinking about drinking that. And the irony is, it was about 20 miles. He was right.
Looked like he gave him a can of STP. I was like, wow, man. Check it out.
Well, yeah, the size of the can too looked more like an additive, not an actual oil can.
Not oil.
By the way, this kid and his best friend are so much fucking fun in this movie.
They are.
Yeah.
Are we ever going to see these guys again?
Yeah, in the
Probably
second
not.
one.
I
know that. I saw the
We
second.
want him, but I don't think that, until James Gunn gets fired, and he's going to get fired. It's my prediction, is that his ideas are really not very good. Keith, I remember how Keith got all excited about that shit? And the first thing out of my mouth is, I have no faith in that man. He is too irreverent.
I was willing to
lacks
give him
reverence.
a chance until I saw the Superman movie.
It's not like I said, no, I'm walking away. That's not what I'm doing.
No.
I'll watch. I'll see what he does. But I'm going to tell you, my prediction is it's going to be bad. And when he focuses more on Peacemaker and less on Superman, and that he hurt the film's money making by pulling it out of theaters early,
Yep,
because he wanted to help push Peacemaker. These are two characters that don't need to be in the same fucking universe. You can hear you, yeah, they're supposedly they are. I get it, but I don't want to ever see them interact.
Peacemaker should have been an Elseworlds story. If they're going to have the Elseworlds universe, they should have kept him there. Yeah, it's dumb.
You know what really sucks about this scene is finding out what a piece of shit his mother is.
Right?
In the third act.
Just left his ass there. Yeah.
Just left him. And then doesn't want her current husband to know who he is. And I'm like, yeah, walk the fuck away, kid. You've got the right family.
Well, he tells her that when he's leaving it, I'm going to see my real family.
Yeah.
Boom.
The dad in this is, I can't remember the actor's name, but he's played by Jerry from The Walking Dead, the King's right-hand man.
Yeah.
And we've met him in real life, and the guy is the biggest sweetheart in the world, just like he looks like on the screen, man. He is. He's a sweetheart. We met him, God, I can't remember what year it was. Hang on, I'll go get the picture so I can show you. Hang on.
Go off.
There's I'm a big fan of Bubba Hotep. And I mean, seriously, I fucking love that movie. And it's one of those low budget films that had a great cast and a great concept that sounds goofy, but the way they pulled it off, it's absolute fucking fun. And I happen to know two of the actors in the movie, but I won't ask one of them on there because I really don't think he and I like each other. And but the other one is Daniel Roebuck. He's the hearse driver that keeps picking up the dead bodies. And I fucking love that guy. And I asked him to come on the show, and he said, yeah, I got to plan it out with his wife. His wife hasn't responded to my email. So I need to go back and like, hey, are we going to talk again? Because she wanted to go by email, not through Facebook. And I'm like, Facebook's faster, but okay.
Yeah.
But I like Daniel Roebuck. Good actor.
Rhonda was the captain of Barkus and Meow when we went, and
oh, there he is. Yeah,
she made his T-shirt, this T-shirt for him. Actually, it was for the whole crew, and she gave him one, and he put it on for the picture. That's how nice of a guy he is.
Yeah. He's actually really good in the film
Yep, he is.
as their foster dad.
Mm-hmm.
We have somebody here asking for his own name.
By what name are you known?
There are some who call me Tim.
Where did we lose the video for Icky Icky Pop? Swing, swing.
We are no longer the knights who say neat.
She abandoned. It's okay, I got it, buddy. She abandoned that child and got away with it completely. Now, legally, you can do that. You can leave a child at a police station or at a fire. In fact, they have a door that allows you to have privacy to come in, put the baby in there, and when you put the baby in there, they get an alert that that door has been opened. So they automatically go down there to check, and that's been what do they call that in the Army? We call that
Disgusting.
no, where you have an opportunity to get rid of your contraband, and it's sort of done the same way. Whereas you're not going to get in trouble for weed or any of that stuff you have on you. You just drop it down in that little chute and walk away. No one will know.
Man,
But if you get caught with
there
that
is
stuff,
a one-word term for it, and I don't.
yeah,
remember
and I
either,
can't remember
but-
that fucking word, man.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
And it's just, man, I fucking hate getting old. Dude, this guy's so big.
I
And
mean, it's not clemency, but it's something like that. I can't remember what it's. Ugh, that's gonna bug me.
yeah, Tim, this is that film, and I like this movie a lot. It's got heart. My favorite moment in this movie is when he is there at his mother's place and he realizes there's trouble, and he goes running up to the roof, leaps off heroically, and yells Shazam, and it hits him in the chest. Oh, that was so
Yeah,
fucking cool.
That is the best scene of the whole movie.
That was on Facebook. That was my profile photo, not my photo of me, but the large one, whatever they call that, up at the top of the page. That was on there for a while because that fucking moment was so amazing. And this kid's really good. That plays his friend. And what is that kid's name? It is Jack Dylan Grazer. And I like the fact that if we take a few years and get another Shazam film with him, that will be exciting to see what happens. Because you don't see the other superhero. The only thing you see is Superman's body at the end of the first film when he shows up in the post-credits.
Yeah, and the wizard vaguely mentions Black Adam not by name, but by recounting of the events.
Well, especially with if they keep gun running things, he's not going to have this guy back because Zachary Levi does a lot of religious movies and stuff like that. But
yeah, well, he's a devout Christian.
Yeah,
and he is a converted conservative. People go Republican. Like, fuck off with that. I'm not a Republican.
There's a difference.
Conservative.
Yeah,
I don't like a lot of Republicans. I'm straight up just conservative. I am a constitutionalist, strict constitutionalist, and that's why I've had friends. A lot of my gay friends was sitting when I talked to them. I said, I've been pro gay rights, but gay rights means that you're recognized in the Constitution and have the same constitutional rights as everyone. And the problem is they didn't for a long time, but now they do. And I said, that's the thing. You don't need to be fighting for any other rights. Just make sure that your constitutional rights are not infringed upon. And,
but you understand what I'm saying? That the political
nobody
class
does,
there,
Joe.
They wouldn't have anything to
God
do with
damn it, Gary.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's going to poo-poo everything I say. All right, bro.
You just blather like the town idiot.
Yeah, no point to anything I say.
And the smartest guy in the room is the quietest guy in the room. Oh no, it's actually Anima. You actually do talk up. And nothing. You're the smartest person in the room, Anima. Second smartest is Mephisto.
What else is new?
What else is new? What's this? Oh wait, what's this? composer Benjamin Wallfish cites the music 1970s, 1980s films as an influence on film scores, specifically John Williams' Superman. Oh, and by the way, I just talked about this on Facebook because some girl was just having one of those days where she was just so happy because of this wonderful thing. And they started shitting on her. Did you see my comment there? I said, I totally get what she's saying because you fucking play Superman theme or Raiders of the Lost Ark, and I'll start blubbering because that music, John Williams' music, takes me back to a time that I was happier. And I didn't know about all the bad shit in the world that I would have to deal with. And I was innocent and naive, and that music takes me back to that, and it makes me emotional when I hear it. It makes me feel like heroes can still exist because of those themes that he wrote. Specifically, Raiders and fucking Superman. Superman is number one for getting me emotional. If I start hearing bum ba bum ba dum bum 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 bum, I'm like,
like a 12-year-old with a skin knee.
Dude, Chuck. Who said that? Who said Chuck? I said Chuck.
Milton Bradley.
Oh my God, Milton. Dude, I love that show. By the way, my boss is in the pilot episode. He's the general he has to save. Chuck has to save from being assassinated. What did you guys think of the wizard in this? Because I liked him. I thought he was really good.
I like him.
Djimon Hounsou?
Yeah, that's Djimon
he's in
Hounsou.
everything.
You can't go wrong with that guy.
He's a solid actor. What blows me away is he's still struggling after almost 30 years, right?
Struggling?
Yeah, he's
I don't
struggling
know
as an
about
actor.
that,
Getting
he's
gigs.
in a lot of movies, man. He's just not the leading man.
Yeah, but the problem is he's not a leading man, so therefore he doesn't get that kind of pay. And so he came talking about it in an interview. He says, "Man, I'm still struggling. I don't have a rich place. I don't live in anything fancy." He says, "I do all these movies because I got to pay bills and take care of my kids." And I like that about him, but it makes me sad that he's not a bigger character actor because, like, he's been in the Marvel films too. You know, I like him as an actor, and I love this guy. In fact, a lot of people don't know this. When he had hair, he was up for playing Bond. He was one of the names, Mark Strong.
That's not surprising.
He's more, to me, he strikes me as more of the Bond villain with his looks. But he was a handsome dude with that hair, man. Absolutely should be.
Well, you've seen. What am I thinking of? No, I'm thinking of somebody else there.
Oh, who were you thinking of?
I was thinking of the guy in The Patriot. He's not in The Patriot, but yeah.
Oh, I know what the villain.
They
from
look
The
a lot
Patriot.
alike. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it was the
John,
bad dude that was over the cavalry. Yeah.
Djimon actually was in an action film, combat film, with Christian Slater. And the problem is it didn't get marketed correctly. He very easily could be an action star because he's great. He has great physicality, and he's capable of doing his own stunts. And I'm telling you, I would fucking love to see that. He was in Charlie's Angels. His character was killed off early in the film. See what I mean? Like, some of the best films I've seen with him. One is about a family in New York, of an Irish family, and he's the African living in the building I think he's gay and he has AIDS. And he dies by the end of the film, which is devastating to the Irish family's daughter. And that's a really good fucking movie. What is that movie? I'm going to go fucking look it up right now. Because it's a film I highly recommend watching. It's one of those great little family dramas. And the fact that it was made by an English or an Irish director, focusing on what it was like for an Irish family to immigrate here.
With Michael Strong in it?
No, Michael wasn't in that one. Or Mark Strong wasn't in it.
Or Mark
This
Strong?
is something
He was
Go ahead.
in the guard. You saw the guard.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Let's see. Oh, he's in another movie I really love. He played the chief of the tribe in Legend of Tarzan. And I'm looking forward to Anima getting to see that movie because I actually really enjoyed the film. It only suffered from budgetary issues with the effects. Let me find this real quick. Special Forces is the action film with Christian Slater that he was in. Really good film. The Aragon. He got an Aragon. I remember that one. Oh, he was in The Island. I need to go back and watch that movie.
Ooh.
Dude,
Move.
yeah, if you're a Scarlett
It's
Johansson
Ewan
fan, it
McGregor.
should be #1 on your list. Good
Yeah, it's
Lord.
Ewan McGregor and Scarlett Johansson, and it's a stolen remake of another film from the 70s, and a big lawsuits came from that. But it's a very good film. And I
I
forget
love when
this.
the train stops in this weird place and he looks at the map next to the door, like, where the fuck am I? Like, it would be on there.
And he was in a really good version of The Four Feathers, which is my favorite film is one with Beau Bridges. But the one with Heath Ledger is actually a very good film. And he plays one of the tribal leaders in the film. And of course, in '97, he was in the movie Amistad. That's the movie that put him on the map.
Oh man, that's a brutal flick. I have still never watched that movie again, just because of the scene on the boat where they get rid of like half of them. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was sick. I was like,
Well, that's the movie I was about to talk about.
Oof.
That's Deep Rising,
Mhm.
and he played Vivo in that film. It was a film that was supposed to have a sequel, and the sequel was going to be Kong or Skull Island, and it ended up becoming another film, and the director didn't get that. But he was in this one. I'm trying to find it, man. The problem is sometimes the names of films don't really match what the story is, and so you got to find it. Really look deep to find these fucking things. Was it Soul Food? Let me open that. But he was also in Heroes, by the way. He played the mystery man. Is this it? I think this is it. Yeah, a family of Irish immigrants adjust to life in the mean streets of Hell's Kitchen while also grieving the death of a child. And the movie is called In America. And it stars Patty Considine, Samantha Morton. I love both of them. And Djimon Hounsou plays Mateo in the film. He's kind of a major character in the movie that ends up dying, like I said, from HIV when it goes full blown. I hate saying this, but that wig, he looks like the Bigfoot from the movie Harry and the Hendersons.
It is bad.
He does.
It is bad.
He looks just like him in that one shot that just popped up, man. Where I'm like, what? I thought we were watching Shazam. That looks like Harry and Henderson. I think Stargate just needs to be continued. No reboot.
Absolutely.
Because it's a great series, and that should be going on and on. I would love to find out what's happened in the years we've missed with Stargate.
Right,
And
the
I
years
would love to
you've
see,
missed and
I would love a cinematic sequel finally to Stargate with Kurt Russell and what's his face? James
Spader.
Yeah, Spader.
Yeah.
That dude's so creepy, but I love him.
He reminds me, him and Mickey Rourke, both talented actors that like to do weird freaking movies, man.
Yeah.
They really do.
Weird fucking character.
They enjoy weird content. They really do.
Absolutely.
Both
It's sort of like Mark Strong likes to play villains. He relishes the chance to play bad guys.
Mhm.
And Mickey Rourke and him love
James
to play
Spader,
weird.
yeah.
And another person that's really good at that is Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
Because he's not quite a villain, but he's not a good guy either.
No.
And if you ever see the movie Pool Hall Junkie, he has one of the single greatest speeches in the history of film, where he starts talking about the lion,
Oh man,
king of the jungle, but it's hot. It's so hot. And he doesn't want to move. His cubs fuck with him. His wife fucks with him. They all know he just doesn't want to move because he's so big and it's so hot. But then one day, he lets loose on all of them and just starts killing and cutting everything in his way. Why? Because when you're the king of the jungle, sometimes you just got to remind people why you're the king of the jungle. And it's one of the greatest speeches I've ever seen in a film. And it's such a low budget, unknown movie, Pool Hall Junkies.
Pool Hall Junkie. Not to be confused
Junkies,
with The Color
plural.
Purple.
Yeah, Pool Hall Junkies. It's about playing pool in for money. Very good film. Absolutely, he is a treasure, and we should cherish him while we have him. It's like Billy Crystal. I feel the same way about Billy Crystal. He's an American.
Haven't seen that guy in forever.
I see him every once in a while, but he's rarely he does podcasts. He had a TV show last year or a year ago, not last year, but ended last year, where he plays a psychiatrist who is haunted by images of his late wife who died of cancer. And you begin to wonder, did he kill her? That she didn't die from the disease. She died because he put her down. And at the end of the show, the series, you find out what really happened. And it's heartbreaking to know what happened to this guy.
Johnny Carson was the greatest Oscar host ever, but Billy Crystal was a close second, man. He was awesome.
You know what he did? He had a show that night, which got more viewership than the Oscars. And he brought that up during the show. And on top of that, Phil Collins' song Against All Odds was nominated. And instead of the guy that was in charge of Gregory Peck, he was the head of the Screen Actors Guild at the time and the Academy. And he reads that Phil Collins wanted to join him, and he calls him Bill Colic. He says, "Who the hell is Bill Colic?" And I like, my respect for Gregory Peck dropped a lot when he did that. And so he says, "No, we're going to have the song sung by people know is Anne Reinking. We'll have Anne Reinking sing and dance because she's a dancer, not a singer. So she sings and dances to the song Against All Odds at the Oscars, which was really fucking offensive to Phil Collins to do that. And what do? Carson fucking invites him on the same night as the Oscars, and he performs it on the Johnny Carson show, the Tonight Show. And then he points out that both of us got a little snubbed this year by the Oscars. But here's the fun part. More people just watched you perform that song than watched the Oscars.
Yeah,
and that was when he did it. It was a double shit on the Oscars.
I love this scene where they're trying to go get the booze.
Like, hey,
and the way in which he talks to the clerk.
Yeah, and it's like, because he's an adult, clearly an adult. But the funny part is when he gets shot, and he goes, "You're bulletproof." He says, "Oh, I'm bulletproof." And he goes, "What about the face? Is it just the suit or the face?" "Hey, shoot him in the face."
His checklist, man, it's hilarious how they discover all his superpowers.
Man.
Hey,
And how flying doesn't work
Hey,
in the
Classic Comics.
beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. Classic Comics has joined us, man. What's up, buddy? Yes, Gregory Peck called him Bill Colic. Like, who the hell is Bill Colic? Phil Collins, you dickhead.
Hey, Penny's
There
here.
it is. Shoot him in the face.
Hi, Penny.
Hi,
Yeah.
Penny.
Whoa.
What just happened?
We
I
lost
just got-
Joe and then he came back.
Oh, I didn't even see you drop out. Okay.
Yeah, it said something went wrong. And I said, okay.
Yeah,
refresh it, I'm back.
StreamYard.
Oh, Vegas
Oh,
girl
I
is
hope they're
here.
not doing another
Hi, Fitness
update
Girl.
while we're live.
Well, you guys do so many shows a week that they're bound to update it while you're on.
I try to pick a specific times where that doesn't happen. They usually do it middle of the night.
Pacific times?
Pacific.
times. Specific.
Specific.
By the way,
Oh,
after-
Demon Martin's here.
Hey, D-Bud.
Hi, T-Bud.
It's worthwhile, D-Bud. I swear to
Yeah,
God.
you should watch it, man.
Yes.
It's good.
It's
You're
a
going
fun
to laugh
It's
your
fun.
life out.
Yeah, it's just fun.
It's very
Innocent
cool.
fun.
Don't watch the second one. You're not missing anything with the second one, but the first one's good.
But the
What
second
I
one was
heard-
Helen Mirren, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm going to watch it. I have it. And I just haven't gotten around. So the first time I watch it will be with Anima.
It's
And
not a bad movie.
It's
But
all right.
Nothing, but it's nothing to write about.
And it's nowhere near as good as this one.
No.
well, I watched I think the first 15 minutes of the movie, and I was not impressed. It wasn't like I hated it. I'm just like,
It's
Okay.
meh.
Yeah.
It's meh. It's a typical Rachel Ziegler movie. Yeah.
I've been told watch the whole movie because I will enjoy the ending, and I'm like, okay. Remember when Zachary Levi took out was it Safran? I think it was Peter Safran. It took somebody to go skiing with his family, hoping to salvage Captain Marvel Shazam, and it didn't work. And then people mocked Zachary. I'm like, man, I'd fucking do it too. Let's talk about this. We'll take you skiing. We'll have dinner. Have you with the family, so we can talk about this shit. But it didn't save the show because James Gunn is a dickhead. Talk about taking unnecessary chances. What's this? I guess that Gregory Peck had the upper hand. I heard he had a pretty good backhand with his kids, though. But the second one has Midnight's Edge own Dame Helen Mirren. You goddamn right. You goddamn right. I will watch anything with her. When she did that one movie, the Calendar Girl one, I fucking watched it because I heard she was going to go nude. And like, hell yeah. I know she's like 15, 20 years older than me, but I've had a thing for that woman's body since I was like 16.
Since you saw Excalibur.
No, it was before Excalibur. I think it was the Rutger Hauer film. I think she was in that movie, Turkish Delight.
Mm.
I think that was her. But I saw her naked in it, and I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. The second is okay. Yeah, that's what I say. It sounds like it's going to be one of those. It's okay. It's a good middle film, is the way you put that. Often, the best properties are the ones where the middle film is like the best. One of those rare ones is, of course, The Godfather, and another one is Empire Strikes. Yeah, Empire Strikes Back and Godfather. Godfather 2, Part 2 and Empire Strikes Back are the single, to my knowledge, that I remember offhand, the single best middle films of a trilogy or an IP.
Winter Soldier.
That's another one. Yeah, I agree with you. That is
there you go,
the single best
move. I still think that's the best MCU movie, period.
Goddamn right. Man, that fight scene's like right out of the fucking comics.
Yeah.
And America, if he wanted to, he could have killed
Bucky.
Tony.
Do you want the full list, by the way?
That's Civil War.
It's a very short list. X2, Spider-Man 2, and Batman the Dark Knight.
It was the best Spider-Man movie, period. Spider-Man 2 by Sam Raimi, best Spider-Man film.
Yep.
And it's number 3 on my list for greatest superhero films of all time.
Anyway,
number one will never change. Does anybody want to take a guess at that?
The Dark Knight. Okay.
Joe?
The best superhero movie of all time?
Number 1 in my book. Number 1.
I know the answer, but
on Gary's book, it's probably Superman.
Goddamn right, Superman. Fuck, I love that movie. That is the benchmark when you're making a Superman film or a superhero film to fucking attain that kind of love by its audience. And it's fan following.
It's definitely iconic, no doubt about it.
It's like nobody played Superman like Chris Reeve. And that version of Superman was so perfect because all the stars came into alignment. Everything. Because they got a director who gave a shit. And he put that sign up above his desk in the archway in his office that said verisimilitude. And it's because of him I learned what verisimilitude meant, because I didn't know what that meant when I was a kid. Oh shit, what happened to that image? That was crazy. I love this scene so fucking much. This is where he picks it up and drops the car, isn't it?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
he
so
wastes
fucking
their car. Yeah.
Where's the truck? I'll put it right there. What was the movie then, Gambit? There was a movie where she did a nude sex scene back then. And
Caligula.
who was the chick in Turkish Delight?
Helen Mirren did not do a sex scene in Caligula. It was everybody else.
Right?
You do see her titties, though. I will say that.
Yeah, but
I have
didn't have a sex scene.
the recut of that film that puts it back to what it was supposed to be and took all the porn out of it. And that's a good fucking movie. If you ever
I've
get to see it,
only
watch the
seen
version.
the porn bits on Pornhub. I was just interested. Didn't do anything for me.
Wow.
What? I'm curious, or even bi-curious.
Oh, it's Monique Van de Ven. That is because it's so pornographic, this movie, but it's still fun. I like the movie Turkish Delight. Rutger Hauer and Monique Van de Ven. And boy, were they steamy.
I like Afternoon Delight. The song, not the movie.
The song, not the movie, right?
The movie's shit.
Look, man, that's got some great harmony in that song, dude. It's a good song. I remember sitting. I'm like, what was it? I think I was 11 when that song came out, and I'm sitting there and I'm singing a song as we're in this restaurant. My dad leans forward and he goes, "Buddy, you shouldn't be singing that song." And I'm like, "Why? Sounds like they're having a good time in the afternoon."
They are having a good time.
They
They
are.
are having a good
They're
time.
having they're having adult fun time, and it's from the woman's perspective, and it's just weird, the words coming out of my son's mouth. And I went, oh, okay. So I never sang the song again. I remember where I was at. We were in this barbecue pit place in Fredericksburg, Virginia called Rollins. And by the way, that is where I got the name for the main villain in my Vindicated series. And his name is Rollins. But I changed it because originally it was spelled like the restaurant, and which is Rawlins. And I changed it to, it's GS, Rawlings. And I changed it from Rawlings to Rollins, and then I changed it to Rollins like Henry Rollins. Because I just prefer that spelling. This whole
That's
mall
Rollins.
scene is so fucking incredible, dude. He's trying to fly, and it's sort of like if you've ever dreamt of flying, that's what this scene is like, because he's not really doing a very good job of flying through this mall. He's going really
I like
slow.
when he's charging everybody's batteries in their phones. That's funny.
Yeah, zapping him, blows up one of the phones, and he does a double take when it blows up, and the guy looks at him like, "What the fuck did you do?" He's like, "Oh, sorry."
Typical kid shit. That's all they're doing, man. It's awesome.
Well, they
Yeah,
are both
what this
kids,
movie is a nod to Big, and in fact, there's two jokes
They,
in the
they
film.
even had the piano.
That's right. They show the big piano. That was fucking awesome.
And can you believe that people criticize it for that? Being a rip-off of Big? Yes,
not a
people are that
rip-off.
stupid.
It's an homage. It's called an homage,
No.
or as some Americans say, homage.
Ouch.
Omelette du fromage.
I was pretty much English educated, so I say things like, I don't say literally, I say literally.
You
It's
also say it
literally true.
correctly and not like your daughter.
And I don't know why she screws that up, because she learned to say that from me, but she's listened to too many fucking idiot friends. And I love you guys. If you just happen on the channel for some stupid reason, you're great. You're good friends to her, but you're all fucking idiots the way you talk. It is fuck.
That's a good one right there. Yeah, it is a lot like Greatest American Hero, him learning his powers.
Learning to
Yeah.
fly, and that is also another one I brought up to Anima that we need to watch because of Shazam. Because great, they screwed up in how they made the show, because they have him fumbling all the way through, and the show
Yeah,
is
eventually he's
originally-
got to learn the shit, right?
like he masters the flying, and then I can do X-ray vision. I have lasers in my eyes, kind of stuff, because he lost the fucking instruction manual. And so he doesn't know how to do anything. And that was the show of him and Robert Culp as the agent who helps him and hides his identity. I fucking love that show. And the second season was so bad. They changed his name, the main character's name. because of the attempted assassination.
I think the theme song was more famous than the actual show.
Yeah.
Season 1, his name was Hinckley. And then in the second season, it was changed to Hanley.
Yeah, these two kids, though, in this movie, they make the whole movie, these two hanging out together. They're great.
I enjoy the whole family. I love the energy.
The little girl is awesome. The little black girl. My
that
God.
little
Oh,
girl
yeah.
knocks
She's
it
so
out of the
cool.
park, man.
Like
When she becomes a superhero,
Yeah.
like that's fucking cool scene.
She's even
That
more
is my
amazing
only
than they
problem
were, right?
with this movie. He struggles to learn his superpowers, and when he turns his siblings into superheroes, they are immediately good at it.
Yeah, he
What the
has
fuck?
to have
Either one way or the other.
stone. He needed the stone and the staff, and he's holding that, and he says, "Say Shazam," you know, and
Say
then
my
they
name.
do. Say my name.
And everybody
Of course,
says
it's his
Billy.
kid name. Yeah,
What
But
would have
he
been
got
funny is if
he got
there
transformed
was an
that way, and he
outtake.
didn't have a clue.
I would have loved to have seen an outtake where when he says that, they all yell, "Zachary Levi."
They probably did that. But no, what I mean is they get transferred, and they are immediately good at being superheroes, and he wasn't, and that's weird.
Well, wait a minute, Popcorn. Did they change it back to Hinckley by the end of the season? Because he was annoying when they did it, and they did it because of Hinckley, the shooter, the guy that shot. That was
guy-
Reagan, right?
Yeah, he shot
Yeah.
Reagan. Yep.
One of the funniest presidents of all time, by the way, and Trump really gives him a run for his money on humor, because he would say things that just crack me up. He's there, he's wounded, he's possibly going to die, and they're getting ready to put him under. And before they put him under, he turns to the main surgeon and says, "Oh my God, I hope you're a Republican." And he wasn't, he was a Democrat, but he fucking loved that guy and he saved him. And this is so funny because he clearly has the hots for her, but he says her name and says that he knows where she lives, and that is so fucking creepy. And she reacts to it perfectly, like, "How do you know my name? How do you know where I live?" You know, it's skeevy. Oh, this is great because he's out doing shit and they're laughing at him because Captain Marvel, Shazam, doesn't show up to lunch like he said he was going to. So he feels completely betrayed by him. He's out here doing photos, shaking hands, and that's when the villain decides to show up and start fucking with his day.
All right. I am going to go to sleep.
Oh, I
Saw
thought
that
you already
muggo
were.
coffee you had, man. I was like, dude, that's a lot of coffee. Good Lord.
Not a mug of coffee. That's a mug-o coffee.
That's it. He was in the middle of talking about something. I was going to say something about it the first time I saw it.
I love that he had a creamer mustache for a split second.
It's good to see you, Mephisto. Take care of yourself.
Hey,
man.
man.
Anyway,
It's always good to see you,
have,
brother.
have a great night or a great day or whatever you've got over there on the other side of that planet. But yeah, I'm gonna go to bed.
All right,
It's been
brother.
a rough day, regardless. Goodbye,
love you,
everybody. I'll
Bye.
try and be here on Friday, but I don't promise anything. All right.
All right, buddy.
Yeah.
Hope you can make it. See you, brother.
See ya.
So this bus and the look on his face, and then one by one, each one of the characters in the bus falls and hits the windshield, and it's like he's just like, I don't know what to do.
That's my only complaint about the movie is that he shouldn't have stopped the bus by the windshield.
Right.
Yeah.
He should have caught it down by the bumper.
Yeah.
He should have bumper
But
in one hand and
God
the
damn it,
radiator area right in the right hand is how he should have stopped.
going for the mattress, motherfucker.
We are getting ready to do that film, Popcorn, and I think. Well, first of all, Anima and I have been wanting to talk to you about having you on with us, and I told her I need to talk with you and make sure you don't have one of these voices. It's so much. I really like your movie. Thanks for inviting me.
Or voice like Shanatsky's. We can only have one dude talking like that.
Only one cannot be allowed. That sardonic voice of his. And he's the movie he's going to be shooting because he's finally making one of his films. And
Nice.
Tom is directing it. And
Okay. He
very
says it's
excited.
available.
All right, man. Would you message me right now privately so we can maybe talk after the show? We can have you join us so we can have a conversation with you. Because what I worry about is the way we get along, and got to have some chemistry. And I know very quickly if I'm going to have chemistry with someone. Yeah, Dark Angel, I Come in Peace. That's a great fucking movie, dude. And it's got one of my favorite fucking hokey final lines. I come in peace. I do leave in pieces.
I like that.
Yeah,
However-
that's the line. That's the line, Queen.
However,
Fucking great.
I have a folks rant with that movie. Joe already has.
Oh, this is great.
That's it.
This scene is one of the best. Go ahead, continue.
No. I'll save it for when we're doing the show. Go. Girl.
No, I had nothing to say. I just wanted to point out that this scene is great. And I did not know, because I was a big fan of Zach's because of Chuck. I love that fucking show. It features the superior Baldwin. And I love fucking Adam Baldwin. I was so sad when he fucking left social media. We need more Adam Baldwins on social media. Less of those fucking actors who talk stupid shit.
That's the exact reason why people like Adam Baldwin leave social media, because they just get worse.
Well, he also wants to make sure he's able to get work, and he knows those people can be real assholes and blacklist you. And they do. Zachary Levi is one of them.
Well,
He dared to be conservative in a country that a bunch of these fucking assholes wanted to make it go left.
Zachary is starting a production company with other actors. They are based on.
I hope he talks to
the
Matthew
thing.
Marsden, because I talk to Marsden all the time. I really need to get him on here. We need to find a film to talk about he's in so we can have him on.
Rambo.
Well, we've done the Rambo film he's in.
Well, I have a list and I have all the movies in which he is, even Anacondas.
Two fucking wild lines in that movie. First one, you have the biggest dick on a man I have ever seen, Brandon Lee. And then, what's her name? The pretty Asian actress that was in it. She goes, that time, I could hear you come. And of course, Nick uses both of those clips over on Toxic Tuesday. But I like Showdown on Little Tokyo. It's a good film.
I'm just
Queen.
looking at
Dude,
the
that's
ones
it.
IMDb's got up, at what he's known for. Revenge of the Fallen's one, the Transformers movie.
Yeah.
Resident Evil Extinction. That one. That's
That
my
was the
favorite
third
Resident Evil
one?
movie. Yeah,
The
the third one
third
where
film.
she's got the mental powers and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one. Love
I
it.
like the game. Don't get me wrong. I was glad the film franchise didn't follow the game. They did their own thing.
Yeah,
It's one of the few
absolutely.
times I liked Anderson's filmmaking.
never
I
played the games. Love the movies, man.
Oh, I played the games.
However, they brought elements of the game in the latest movie when they brought in Leon and Ada Wong.
Well, look, he is a kid. And so, like, they brought the realism of the fact that he's a fucking kid in a man's body
Mm-hmm.
with superpowers. He's going to be a little bit of an idiot. Even though technically he's supposed to have the wisdom of
Solomon.
Solomon.
Yeah. Mhm.
and they
Well-
kind of left that out.
But that was a change in the character that came with the New 52, because previously the New 52, when he becomes Shazam in his adult form, his mind is the mind of an adult too. They
I'm a
kept
co-
the
Hold on, I got to read this. I'm a connoisseur, not a connoisseur, a connoisseur of the male anatomy myself. Go ahead, Martin. That's
Go.
fucking funny.
You go.
I've lost my train
You
of thought.
go, girl.
You go, girl.
Hey,
You knew my name. This
Shatner
is where he-
Hammerschlag.
Yep. Shatner. That's what it sounded like you said. I love how they're talking about, like, he knew my name, he knew where I lived. And she's like, that's so weird. That's wild. Like, what? Any movie with Mark Strong is worth watching so much. Like, I don't like that dude that played the guy from Something, a Stan, the big mustache. He was supposed to play Freddie Mercury, and he had a falling out with the band, so they went with another actor. But what is that fucking guy's name? Anyway, he did a comedy where he's the idiot brother of Mark Strong's character, who's an operative agent, and he ends up getting like really lucky shooting people, and he just goes on a shooting spree of bad guys. He's, man, this is just fun, and I'm like, this movie is so dumb. But Mark Strong him being in it made me want to watch it. So I watched it, and I did. I laughed my ass off. So how are you doing, Sander? I hope you're doing well, buddy.
Hi, Sander.
Oh, look at this. Kurt Russell returning for Monarch. Good.
Oh yeah. He'd already agreed to it. But yeah, he is returning, as is, I do believe, his son will be playing the younger version of him again. I like his son, man. He's a good kid.
Gambit, you need to watch that show. That is a TV show. Okay, go ahead.
It starts out okay, then it gets really woke for like 2 episodes, and then from then on, it's fucking great. I really enjoyed the ending, the last few episodes, and then the first 2 or 3 episodes were okay.
We brought
they
up
weren't
that
great.
show on multiple shows that we did.
Yes, Gambit
Yeah.
is about the Monarch, the organization behind in the Monsterverse of Universal with Godzilla and all the kaijus.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think we brought that up on
so
every
let
show
me
we
see.
did on Godzilla.
This is his mom's apartment complex. She lives in, clearly, HUD subsidized housing. She lives in what's called the projects. She's never made anything of her life, and the only good thing she ever did was abandon him at a carnival. He wears red too, by the way. Yeah, I just watched one of the, because I follow 2 Godzilla channels, which really gives some really good information. It's where I got some of the stuff, like, there's a possibility, if they're going to follow in what they did with the first film, with the G meaning something, the way they drew it for the logo. And the reason they drew it that way is they wanted an iconic logo that sticks in your mind. And that giant G, the way it's drawn, makes you think Godzilla. And I like that idea. But they're fucking around with the logo this time. The G is different. And the image of the line that goes across the G, when you look at it, looks like Hedorah. And it does. It looks like Hedorah. And the fact that they're doing -0, or in Japan it's 0.0, really brings to mind Monster Zero, which is Ghidorah. So they said there is going to be another monster. Some people predict it's going to be Ghidorah. Some are predicting that it's Hedorah. Why? And I'm one of those people, because the director of the film has said on multiple occasions that he wants to do Hedorah, remake Hedorah. And this is his chance. Yeah, in fact, they're going to. What I was told is that they're going to focus more on Kong in season 2, and less on. They're going to still feature Godzilla, but he's not going to be as prominent as Kong, because he lives down there. Yeah, it is the single best Godzilla film ever made, and I'm a fan of the original from '54. But they really fucking knocked it out of the park. You mean Dominic Cooper should have played Freddie Mercury? He did a movie called The Devil's Double where he played Saddam Hussein. I remember that movie, dude. He's sitting in a golden room with the poster of the golden throne. That was crazy, dude. Yes, also Hedorah, also known as the Smog Monster. I fucking love that movie. It's one of my favorite Godzilla films of all time. Yeah, this whole scene here. Because this whole time he has no idea that with that staff in stone, he can turn his family into superheroes. And it's not accidental that they are the exact right number for the thrones in that room.
I think that's the only reason why it works. They are all pure and bring what's needed to be superheroes.
Yeah, we don't. That was done for the American cut. The original Japanese cut doesn't have that. I was also told that the scene in the Japanese version where you see Godzilla dance is not in the original Japanese cut. But I got to tell you, Showa era was fucking weird. Hey, Keely Show, what's up with you?
Keely.
And Zach's
Ciao.
here.
Oh,
Hi,
we
Zach.
let me go for his video. Okay.
Well, you, Cap!
Martin.
He was running from something, sir. And then he crashed into a DUI checkpoint, committed 10 felonies, and not to mention FUing a room full of cops.
You FU me all the time.
Fuck you, Kyle!
Who else? Because I saw Keely dropped in, and Zax is here. It's good to see you, buddy. I've got a meeting after the show tonight. And then I need to take my old man nap so I can join you guys later on your channel, Zax. I love that there because that's the Batarang from
The Batarang. Yep.
Yep.
Oh man. Mark Strong got the upper hand on him. Look out.
Sally Ford, how dare you ask that question? Of course you are always welcome here.
Aren't they in the Rock
You're
of Eternity
regular
right
now.
there? Aren't they in the Rock of Eternity right there? Yeah. Pretty sure they are.
Oh,
The
classic
answer
comics.
is
That's the
yes, no.
that's the only movie that Aquafina doesn't completely suck in.
Yeah. One of the other films I saw with her was called My Crazy Chinese Wedding. And that movie was just, I did not like that movie. And she was terrible in it. And yes, Renfield. There was another one I saw about Renfield.
No, that was Milton asking if that was real. And Classic Comics saying,
Yeah, classic comic saying that. That's funny. Yeah, I can't stand her, but she's good in that movie. It's the only movie where her annoying voice and personality work.
Sally says you blocked her on Facebook.
what?
What's that
What?
about?
I don't know.
Sorry, we clicked at the same time.
What name do you use on
But
X?
what name are you known on Facebook?
Yeah, that's not about X, Gary. That's Facebook.
There are some who call her. No. Just kidding.
It's like someone will try to contact me if I don't recognize their name and they start talking to me like we know each other. That's usually a spammer, and I'll do that. Real name is Tiffany Rose, or I shall call you Tiffany, because that's what I called my buddy Marshall Devaney. I called his wife because her name was Tiffany. I've known him for like 30 years, and I said, "How you doing, Tiffany?" I have to fuck up people's names. Let me go over to, and I'm assuming you're talking about my personal account. I'm going to go over there. Tiffany Rose.
Oh, Mark Antonio blocked her too.
What?
What did you do for him to block you?
Yes, she says that was Warren.
Yeah.
I'm going to put this over on the other screen. I'm going to bring it up, and you need to tell me which one of these is you, because there's a lot of fucking Tiffany Rose.
What's this?
And I don't see any of them that I have blocked so far.
Do you need me to take down this?
Yeah, put it down. Tell it it's short and ugly.
Hey, that felt personal. What's wrong with me being short and ugly?
Let me
Joe, you're
bring it up.
muted.
Yeah, Joe.
And its mama dresses it funny, right?
All right. We got Tiffany Rose here at Tiffany Rose 7.
Dude, it's on Facebook, not X.
Oh, on Facebook.
Yeah, we say that
boomer.
like 3 times now.
I don't spend very much time on Facebook, so oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I got to go into my settings. Where the fuck do I go? I got to go to my main page. Then go here. Create profile activity logs. No. Got to be in here somewhere. All right. I'll just add Google.
You go to
Boomercast
chat
live.
settings and then you get block settings. Maybe that's what you need, Gary.
I do. I need to go into that section. I forget where it's at.
Chat
I love how
settings.
Gary has
then you go all the
production
way
meetings
down.
right in the middle of his show. I love it.
Yeah.
You're seeing the insides of Pop Culture Minefield.
You goddamn right.
As long as we don't see the insides of Gary, everything's fine.
Why? I purposely deviated from that, Martin, and you brought the visual home. Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's what I'm here for.
Oh my God. By the way, Keely Shaw, if you're watching, I'm creating a video for you right now. That's why I keep looking down.
Oh. That's cool.
Oh yeah. He shows up on my show all the
I
time.
think I have an idea of what it is.
You know what it is, bro. You know what it is. I'll send it to you here in a second when I'm done with it.
Sally, no, don't cry. We're working on that. This is going to be fixed.
Take it easy, Sally Forth. Take it easy.
Have a little patience. Gary's an old man.
Yeah, because I can't remember how to get there because they changed how you go there.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's
They changed.
It's deep
Facebook
inside the settings
all the time.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
everything out of place.
Settings and
freaking hate it.
privacy. Settings and privacy. Activity log, content, privacy center. Here.
I just sent it to you, Mark. I think I did. Let me see. If I
Where?
did. Hang on. No,
What's up?
I guess it didn't send it. Hang on. I'll send it. Sometimes when I'm messing around in iMovie, it doesn't send exactly. the way I
Yeah,
want
Sally
it.
Ford. Stick around.
Stick around.
If I blocked you, it's usually because I don't recognize somebody. Unblock someone on Facebook. There we go. Go to settings and privacy settings, blocking, and select unblock. Okay. So I'm going to go to settings,
I got it, Joe.
privacy center.
I had to put it in there and speed it up a few times just to get the right visual. You know what I mean?
Oh, come on. Well, while Gary fights Facebook, I think we have some seconds to play.
I've got 5 terrorists going southeast on Bakalakadaka Street.
Has to be done.
Shazam fights on Bakalakadaka Street. Yes. Oh my gosh. Too funny.
Indeed, Queen. That movie is awesome. That is Joe, you have to watch that.
It's one
animation.
of the.
I know.
It is one of the best Batman movies ever made.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that must be from the DC animated universe right there.
Yep.
That's why Martin said that, because he knows I haven't seen any of those things. So, yeah.
Hey,
We've got-
remember that time you said something super smart on the show?
Who?
Me either.
Yeah, I was going to say. If you're talking about me, no. I don't think I've ever said anything.
Okay.
It's not
Snorts.
here, dude. I don't know what is going on here. What is the problem? What is it? How do you share?
North the Purpose says, my Facebook account is gone. Bastard said I had to prove my identity. That is coming to everyone.
And
is coming
sadly,
for everybody.
the only way he could prove it was by eating them.
I have an idea. Sally, go and find me on Facebook and message me.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on.
Now Gary has a gatekeeper too.
Oh,
That's
look
true.
out.
Like every other artist.
No, I can just share my screen and show him.
You
then
know what
he
he's
knows.
talking about.
Yeah, I know. And that's exactly what's going to happen. I already manage you from all the way over here.
Oh my God. Imagine if you were managing him. Oh, that could be worse.
All right, here you go. That's her Facebook page right there, Sally. Because I cannot find unblock. I can't. It's fucking annoying me. Because I know where it used to be, but they changed the settings.
Oh, she would have been able to find me by my name because I use the same name and the same avatar on all the socials. So if people want to find me, they can.
By the way, Mark D'Antonio fucking loved that song that I wrote. Co-wrote with the band Painted Sun. We did that as a team up, and then I wrote the lyrics. And I originally performed the song with vocals, but the new one has an actual singer, and it's much better. But he listened about the disaster of the Columbia.
Milton and Queen Glamazona, I advise you to watch the end of the credits of this show.
All right,
You're
and
gonna
she
like it.
messaged you. Yeah,
Yep.
I love the mid end post credit too. Let's see. Let me open up Facebook.
No, I
Messenger.
mean our show. Pop
Oh.
Culture Minefield.
Never rewatch our shows. Just you think it's good, leave with that.
No, what I'm telling there is just to watch the full outro video, the full thing.
Oh yeah, stay to the end. It's always worth it.
Okay, Sally, she says that she messaged you. I mean,
I know. I'm waiting for Anima to.
Oh,
Sure.
what song? Sally wants
I
to know
sent
what-
you the link to her page, Gary.
We're gonna get claimed for it, but I will fight him and tell him I own the rights to the song. I am Cohen's ghost. You fucking assholes.
And they're gonna say,
You can prove it. And then I had to eat them. You didn't. I just said that to. Oh, never mind. You guys are uneducated heathens.
"Wow,
Wow. Like, wow.
These monsters are so cool.
I will play you the original here. And I
11
wrote-
Alpha."
I wrote this the day of the Columbia when it blew up. I was so emotionally fucking wrecked by that I had to put it to music. And I felt like the music was missing something. And I heard a song from my buddy at Painted Sun. We're still friends. Anytime I did the new version, I let him know what I did, and I wouldn't release it, and I won't release it unless he had approved it, and he did. He approved it. All right, so that's her. All right, copy link. Let me go and find her. All right, paste and go. Chairs on the ceiling. So it's copy. Oh, it won't let me do anything.
Okay, let me. Do you want me to share your screen?
No.
Okay.
Because it's showing that it's blocked. It does. It's got the
It doesn't
lock.
give you the option to unblock.
No, it says this content isn't available right now. When this happens, it's usually because the owner only shared it with a small group of people, changed who can or cannot see her page or their page. Or it's been deleted is the final option. So did you block me accidentally?
Who are you asking that?
Yeah.
Shazam!
Yeah, I love the whole Shazam
Oh, good. I'm
thing.
still
And
here. Everything froze up on my side.
The kids are now flying around.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because they immediately know how to superhero.
Oh, yes, they know how to superhero. Of course they do.
Well, they're doing basic things. For example, the little girl, she discovered that she can run fast, and that's all that she's doing.
Yeah.
Pedro discovers that he's strong, so that's all that he's doing. Now the other guy, I had forgotten, Freddy, that he's a superhero junkie. Of course, he's gonna do everything.
He's going to know what to do, right? He's been watching
Oh,
him
yeah.
use the suit and everything.
He's the only one. He's the only one because he's a nerd. That's why he basically coaches Biggie
Yeah,
to be a superhero.
and the other kid who he's always playing Mortal Kombat. The only thing he does is punching people.
All right, there we go. I found it. Yay!
Okay, let me pause.
There we go.
Take this down.
We got to find the link quickly.
There it is. Is it this one?
No, that's me.
Oh,
Get away! There's a bomb in there.
ow.
I love that story by Bill Hader because he was actually an assistant to Arnold Schwarzenegger. He says, "Where's so and so and so and so?" They're the usual people who do the hair and makeup. And he goes, "I don't know, but I can go find them if you want me to." Yes, go find them. Show me your leadership abilities. Fucking Bill Hader slays me, dude. That guy fucking cracks me up. I think he's one of the funniest fuckers I've ever met. So quick with his comebacks. There we go. There we go. Just send it back to you. And I know exactly why I blocked you. The last name Rose, because I know a Rose. And she's the girl that was involved with her mother, because we're a group.
Yeah.
We all know each other. His mother gaslit everybody into thinking that she was disabled and was going to die.
Münchhausen by proxy.
Yep, and got a lot of money from people. And Rose's response was to, with her boyfriend, murder her and then try to run. And then she got sent to prison. She deserved it. She and her new husband reached out to me twice. and asked me if I'd be willing to become friends. And I'm like, no. It's like, look, dude, I don't hate that girl, but what she did was disturbing.
And now she's milking that story to make money.
Yeah, she's making a lot of money right now.
Just weird.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the day, even though I will never watch it, Milton. I will not watch the Oscars ever again. But I do look forward to when they finally recognize stunt workers. They said they're doing it. And it hasn't happened yet, but they said they're doing it. I also believe they need to have best performance by an animal.
They need Oscars for stuntmen too.
No CGI, but an actual animal doing the performance. Like this new movie, Good Boy. I like that dog, man. It was a dog.
Oh, did you see it already?
Yeah. Well, I saw half of it. I didn't watch the whole thing. I'm waiting to watch it with her. This woman, the one
I
right
heard
here,
it took a long time to make that movie.
the one that I love and shit. Don't tell her.
Mm-hmm.
So gay.
I know. I'm gay for you.
They need to have Oscars for stuntmen too, man.
Well,
At
that's
least
what
one.
Oh,
Best
absolutely. That's
stunt
what I was
of the
saying.
year. Yeah.
Best stunt performance. And I'm telling you, man, those guys have deserved this since the fucking beginning of cinema.
Mhm.
And some of the actors did their own fucking stunts.
I
Mary
love that
Pickford.
they actually
Mary
posed the
Pickford.
question.
Mary Pickford stood on real fucking ice in that river scene and a waterfall. Fuck that. She almost died.
Right. I love how they actually posed the question in Fall Guy. Do you get Oscars for stunt work? And he's like, nah, you don't.
But they should.
Yeah.
One of the reasons so many actors were against it is because that's going to tell people that wasn't them.
That's
in that show.
shit. Come on.
And that is bullshit. Fuck
Give me
off.
a break. That's nothing but narcissism and ego. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, Jack Black qualifies for an animal. Yeah. Skibbity hey ha. My favorite movie with him is Saving Silverman.
Yeah.
I think that between him and Steve Zahn, that movie was fantastic.
Jack Black?
Jack Black and Steve Zahn was so fucking funny in that movie.
I love Shallow Hal, dude. Love that one. That's a big bitch.
Oh, Shallow Hal's great. That song, Rosemary, I fucking love that song. The other thing I love about those brothers is that they put a lot of classic fucking songs in their movies.
Yeah.
And they really hit you in the feels department.
Saving Silverman is a great movie, though.
Well, what they do a lot of, Queen, is they'll have a stuntman. Like Daniel Craig on the motorcycle is a prime example of this in the last piece of shit Bond movie. The stunts were great in that movie. Action scenes, outstanding.
Yep.
That's not Daniel Craig on that fucking motorcycle. And you get a lot of medium shots. And you see Daniel Craig. And it's some of the best CG remapping of the face and putting the actor's face over the stuntman's. And it looks really good, but that is a stuntman that does that motorcycle scene where he goes up the stairs. It's actually a ramp that they CG'd up into stairs, but it's still, the guy fucking did it. It really happened.
I know you've seen the trailer for the new Running Man movie. It sure looks like that's Glenn Powell in that bridge thing where the two trucks collide. He goes flying. It looks like him, but I doubt he would ever do that.
I'm telling you that they're finally really good at the face masking.
Yeah,
and putting the real actor over, because the worst one was Jurassic Park, and the second worst one is Titanic.
Yeah,
because you really see it, and I won't say it with the Brendan Lee in the movie The Crow, because actually it worked. I actually thought that worked because I couldn't tell. Mm-hmm. But I could tell with Jurassic Park when she's trying to get away from the velociraptors and they're trying to get her up in the vent, the little girl, and she looks up at that last second. That doesn't look like it's her body. It does not look like her.
Okay. I don't think I ever noticed that one. But yeah, every time I see that Running Man trailer, I'm like, I really wonder if they CG mapped his face over a stunt man, because I don't think he'd ever try and pull that stunt off. You know what I mean? Because it's not the guy flying through the air isn't CGI. If it is, it's some of the best CGI I've ever seen. That looks like a real guy flying through the air, man. You know?
Yep. I think that this would have been funny if he was like a serial killer confessing on camera.
Right?
I killed and ate those children. I killed them. I'll do it again. They were bad children.
Oh, shit.
They're a bunch of little assholes, and they deserve what I gave them.
Milton, you have to see Joe, the movie with Colt Seavers.
Oh,
The
Fall Guy. Fall Guy.
Yes.
Well, once
It's
you
nothing
know
but
it's
real
there,
stunts. Yeah.
once you know you're looking at it, once you see it, and it's usually because someone tells you right where it's at, you see it, you can't unsee it. You know what it is. But I didn't know where it was in the film. And by the way, I went to his funeral. It was huge turnout for Brandon up there in Seattle. And I was a paramedic up there, and I think my entire team was there from our station.
He was popular, man. He was
Very
just
beloved.
like his dad. He was on the cusp of superstardom in America, and cut down in the prime of his life. Yep. Shame. Did you ever hear that interview with Chuck Norris where he actually explained what caused his death? I mean, there's been so much speculation about Bruce.
We know what it is. It's said in it's mentioned in the what do you call it? The autopsy report.
Yeah.
But they don't really go into detail. And what it is the aspirin they used at that time there in that location had an additive in it. And the additive caused him to have an inflammatory response. And there it is. That's actually Henry Cavill's suit, but it's not Henry.
It's not Henry Cavill. That's why they didn't show his face. Yep.
I love this artwork, by the way. This shit's good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, what's his name was really good in that movie. Zedmore from Ghostbusters. Ernie Hudson. I had a great run-in. So we got a lot of new people. Some of you guys don't know this story. So I'm the guest of honor as an artist for this show. I got a special. I didn't know this was going to happen. I thought they just asked me to be at the convention, VisionCon, and they gave me a special award. And I was like, "Well, thanks, guys. You didn't have to do that." And I sat right across from Ernie Hudson the whole time. But when we rode up together at the beginning of the convention, he's standing there with his woman and my daughter's holding my hand and she's shoving her face into my arm. She is so fucking excited and nervous because she has a huge crush on Ernie Hudson, like big time.
Wow.
And so I'm a jerk. That's what I do. So I said, Mr. Hudson, I'm Gary Excel. I'm the artist that did the IDW honorary artwork for the actor played Egon Harold Ramis,
yeah.
for the issue. And for legal reasons, they weren't allowed to publish it. But I did it. They paid me for it, and that's all that matters. And I said, I just really wanted to do that. And I wanted to say, man, my daughter here has, and I'm sorry, ma'am, I have to tell you this, your husband is, my daughter has a huge crush on you and just want you to know that when she's old enough, she's going to marry you. And my daughter was like gripping me so hard.
Mortified.
Like, she was so mortified that I did that. And I thought it was funny as shit. And he goes, well, it's really nice to meet you. Hi, Zoe. He goes, well, we'll see how things go between she and I.
That's good. He was a good sport about it. That's awesome.
Oh, man, he's great. And I remember at one point, I offered him some brownies they brought over. And I said, would you guys like a brownie? They're the normal ones, not the ones that make you extra happy. And he had one of our brownies, you know. The girls, they're always giving us stuff. And I love that about VisionCon. They really treat you well, man. And one of my friends, I don't want to say her name, she's a furry, and she's part of that furry community, which those people weird me the fuck out. But she is a nice person. We are friends. She she came over and she has the polio style crutches on her
Mhm.
arm. She walked over. She goes, "Hey, hon, I wanted to give you something." I said, "What's that? Herpes?" And she says, "No, these." And she hands me a bag of gummies. And when she said it, I swear to God, I heard gummies. And she said rummies. And I ate that entire bag in about an hour, hour and a half. And I was foobar.
Oh.
And I ended up almost sitting on my future girlfriend's head upstairs because her then boyfriend was one of my managers. And they wanted me to come up to, and Ben was there, my buddy Ben Reeder, you know, that does the show on Thursdays,
Mhm.
and for Pop Culture Minefield. He was in there, and my manager, and I just forgot his name. Oh my God, he's part of Shane Moore's crew. And so we're up there, and they're handing me more to drink, booze, hard booze, no beer, hard booze. And I'm like, okay, I'll have a couple of shots. So I had a couple of shots of what they had, and I went to sit down on the bed. And she was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I turned and went, "Oh, there's somebody in the bed." I was like, I didn't know there was. And I almost sat on her fucking head. That would have been hilarious. And Shazam was the best thing that came out of the DCU.
I don't
I'm
know.
torn on that because I'm not going to say you're wrong, that it isn't one of the best things. But I do believe the DCU got a couple of things right. And part of that DCU is I loved Christopher Nolan's Batman, except for the last one. I liked parts of the last film, but I had a lot of problems. They kind of fucked up Bane. But they got a lot of things right in it, too. I loved their version of Catwoman. I loved the fucking Bat Pod, which is a motorcycle, but it's called Bat Pod.
Right.
I love that fucking flying monstrous vehicle. That's like an Apache helicopter stealth thing. I fucking think it was awesome. But it was too long. The movie needed to be a lot shorter, and I wish they'd been more accurate to, because I'm friends with Graham and Chuck. And we have struggled to get both of them on at the same time on this channel. And I just stopped bugging them because now both of them have very popular channels. They were struggling at the beginning, but their channels have grown, and I love that. And so I don't bug them, but if you guys want me to, I'll bug them, try to get them come on, and we can maybe talk about one of the Batman films that their characters were used in. The Dark Knight Rises was a bit disappointing. There's a good word right there. Disappointing.
It didn't disappoint me. Nothing was going to stack up the friggin' Dark Knight. It's the best one. There was no way that
I like Batman Begins. I think Batman Begins.
Yeah, Batman Begins is
fucking
awesome.
movie.
Yeah,
and The Dark Knight is really so fucking well written.
Yeah,
I mean, it's got some logic issues. I'm the first to admit it, but it still worked.
I like Dark Knight Rises. It doesn't.
Dark Knight Rises. I think the problem with it is it's too long.
Yeah.
And I loved it at the end when Michael Caine as Alfred is sitting there in that restaurant.
The callbacks in it are awesome. My favorite part is when friggin' Gordon figures out who he is. That is awesome. That's my favorite part of the damn movie.
I also like the moment that he hands everything over to the kid.
Yeah.
And you find out that his real name is Robin.
Yeah.
And he's going to become the new Batman. I'm like, that's really fucking cool. But how? Because Chris Nolan has not said anything, but Jonathan has, as well as Christian Bale, has said that they would love to do another Batman movie.
That would be cool.
But it all depends on Christopher Nolan. And
Sandra, everybody's got an opinion, but I disagree with you. It's not overhyped. That movie is fantastic. I actually put Nolan's Batman trilogy. I actually think it ranks up with The Godfather, with the original Star Wars trilogy, as one of the best trilogies, period, of all time. I think it's fantastic.
Look, I won't argue with you on that. I will say, though, that the problem with Christopher Nolan's Batman is it does not work with the overall DC universe.
No,
he's a standalone character.
I don't think he was meant to be with anybody else.
No, that's why he did it that way. He wanted to make a real world thing. But the problem with what he did, the logic, here's one of the biggest things. It's like all he did, the whole fucking trilogy is create paper trail to find him, figure out who he is.
That's true.
And I'm like I sat there, and it's in my book, Vindicated, where the three veterans are sitting down talking about the problem with Batman movies is that he constantly creates paper trails. And so they ask John, if you were going to do this, because you're a tier 1 operator, how would you do it? And then he says how he would do it. And then when he's done talking, they're sitting going, we need to do this. We should do this. We should really do this. He's like, I'm not going to do that. We're drunk. And then they go, you're drunk, because he's not drunk, because he's the designated driver. He has a van that allows him to be able to drive it without the right foot yet, because he hasn't been fitted for his new prosthesis. So everything's up on the steering column.
Right.
And so he goes in and goes into this store, and it's being robbed. And he beats the snot out of these guys. Like, he's killing one of them. He's knocked the shit out of the other guy and shot him. He'll survive. But the other guy, he's just beaten him so bad because he tried to shoot him and it pissed him off. And so he's so angry. He's got a lot of built up rage from being red flagged, that he's taking it out on this guy. And it's so bad that the guy that was being held up, the clerk, begins begging him to stop. Because there's so much fucking blood. It's like really a gory scene. He's beating this guy to death. And he comes to his senses, and then he just ducks his head down because he's wearing a ball cap and a hoodie, and walks out and just gets back in the van. And I cut back to the van to show the two guys, his buddies, just looking in with their eyes huge, like, what is going on? And then he rushes out and he goes, we got to go. And they leave. And this is where the cops get involved in the story. And I try to explain within the story how he would do it, how it would work. Is that with a tier 1 operator, he would be able to work under anybody's radar. No paper trails. All your money is gained from people that you've taken down, criminals. And you destroy their drugs, but you take their money. And he only uses illegal arms dealers. And in fact, he tells the guy that becomes his arms dealer, he says, you're now no longer allowed to work with anybody else. Your only income is from us. If I find out that you're selling any of your weapons to anyone else outside this country or inside this country, I know where you are. I will kill you. And he knows he means it. He says, you are right now a prisoner to me, and you're going to be my personal supplier and only me. And it leads to something, because they do become friends with each other over time. But at first, he only works for him because he's scared to death of him. Because I show it in the book, John's very fucking lethal. He's very good at violence. And, and I just like characters like that they go from 0 to 100. There's no fuse, because that's how I am with violence. I'll go from laughing to beating the shit out of somebody violently. And it's happened in real life. In fact, the guy that found me last year, Enema, he was there for that ass beating when I kicked the shit out of Jones in front of everybody. And even my drill sergeant was like, this is in basic training. My drill sergeant just looked at me and he just looks at me and goes, you okay? Are you okay? I went, yes, drill sergeant. He says, go hit the showers. I'm like, oh, you're not going to destroy me and kick me out of the army for doing what I just did for conduct unbecoming? Like, he didn't care. He thought it was cool what I did. He told me later, he says, that kid was asking for that, begging it for it. And I liked that it was you that did that, which is why he always had me as a squad leader. And fun stuff.
Yep.
So anyway, still not sure how Batman got back to Gotham City, though.
He didn't get it back. He ejected.
Yeah. This question's really good, Sandra. I like this one. I will tell you this. Again. With Superman, Man of Steel, I wholly agree. but this is the only film Hans Zimmer did where he wasn't trying to imitate somebody else. And I loved what he did with Dark Knight. I hated his soundtrack for Superman. I hate droning, but it works with Batman.
Oh yeah.
And someone goes, well, what do you think of the Joker's theme? I'm like, are you talking about that single held note?
Yeah.
That's not a theme.
Joker has not a theme in the movie. No.
No.
It's not. It's a sound.
But you should watch Formula One. I swear to God,
I have it and I want to watch it. Is that Zimmer?
Music? Yes, it's Hans Zimmer, but it's not. That doesn't sound like Hans Zimmer at all.
He used to be a real composer, dude. I've listened to his early work and it's good stuff, but man,
he just lost it along the way somehow.
In the 2000s, he just started doing this fucking base, simple, fucking stupid shit that I hated. And people go, that's a really good theme. No, it's not.
I like the music of Gladiator.
That's one of the films where that was the last film he did where he used a real score. And I don't want to get too far into this. I will tell you the other one. He did a fantastic job imitating Vangelis in Blade Runner 2049. That's a great soundtrack. Have any of you seen? Yes, I've seen it 4 times, and I plan to watch it again before this Saturday, Queen.
Which one?
Are doing, or not this Saturday. When are we doing Frank? But that's what I fucking ask you. You guys are pointless when I fucking ask you questions. You never answer me. This goes for everybody in that chat. Keith, you, Martin. I know what.
And he's talking about real answers, not thumbs up or emoji.
Yeah, thumbs up means shit to me. Stephen, deleted scene. Thumbs up. I'm like, what does that fucking mean? What are you thumbs upping? I don't know. I need to know. I need to hear words, or read
in
words.
My defense, I only saw that conversation minutes before getting into today's show. So
no excuse, mister.
Oh well, my answer would be I'm ready to shred that to pieces.
I know
Let's
you don't
do it
like
this
it.
Saturday.
I know it, and I think that's going to be. We can't do it this Saturday, but I offered. Look at Joe.
No, dude,
no. Hold on. I want everybody to watch
stream.
you. You are in your autism mode.
Yes, I am. I'm stemming. That's what they call it, stemming.
Stemming.
Yep.
So I said either the 22nd or the 29th that we could bump it to there and do Frankenstein. And because I'm interested, I wouldn't mind debating and arguing with you over it. Let's see, what's the Zimmerman's Batman
You're
theme?
not getting an argument from
I
me.
want to see it. I haven't seen it yet.
Well, there is a theme in there. No, you're right, because the Batman theme from Batman Begins has an actual theme to it. Whereas I hated his theme for Man of Steel. I'm like, stop with the droning and the depressing note progressions.
I liked it.
I did not.
Yeah,
the only theme ever done for Superman that works for me is John Williams.
Well, that's the standard, right? I mean,
now, I don't like Batman from what's his name?
Tim Burton?
No,
Danny Elfman? You don't
Danny
like
Elfman. I don't like that theme.
Oh, okay.
It's a fucking look. John Williams does marches, and they fucking sound great.
Yeah.
Danny Elfman, it's like constantly oompa, oompa, oompa.
He's a member. He was the leader of
I know.
Boingo. What do you expect out of that guy? He's
so
better
much
at doing
for
goofy shit.
I'm gonna get so much hate for this. But Danny Elfman, he makes music for carousels. That's what he
exactly. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's marches that you would typically hear on a carousel, and it's like, oh my god. I mean, it works with The Simpsons. It works with Creepshow. He's a Creepshow. I loved his theme, all those marches, but the Batman theme, I just find fucking vexing.
He did Pee Wee Herman's too. He did Pee Wee Herman's movie. Yeah.
Those work too.
Yeah.
Those work, but when you're doing Batman,
right,
you need something gothic. You need something heavy. That sounds like something you would play in a heavy metal band. That's what it needs to sound like.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the one time I really liked Zimmerman. Or Hans Zimmer, sorry, Zimmer.
You know what would have been a good Batman theme would be the music from and Zimmer might have done this too. The Last of the Mohicans. I've always loved that theme, and I've always thought it was great. I don't know if you remember that one or not. But it's
no,
one
the
of these
music.
things-
I had that soundtrack.
Yeah.
Because I hate admitting it, I've never seen the movie.
Oh my
Never
gosh,
seen it.
brother. Yeah.
But
Good stuff.
my
Michael Mann.
late ex-wife Alicia went out and bought the soundtrack and gave it to me.
Yeah.
She goes, "Listen to this soundtrack."
Yeah, it's
I'm like,
fantastic.
okay, and I'm like, holy shit! What a fucking powerful musical ride.
And you know the main reason why you should see that movie, Gary? I've heard you say it several times on Military Monday, and you should do that movie on Military Monday. You really should, because you've said several times the best soundtrack for a war movie is The Sound of Battle, and you get that in this movie.
It's like John
get
Williams
that.
refused to play score music over the battle scene.
Yeah.
He would put music after.
Mhm.
Or
Because he
leading
knows
up.
what he's doing.
What's cool is they're coming up on a fort, and look, I'm not going to tell you all about it, but you need to see that movie, dude. Michael Mann and Daniel Day-Lewis. Do I need to say anything more? I mean, dude.
No, I love both of them. What about Elfman's music in Nightmare Before Christmas? I love that fucking movie.
Yeah, he makes oddball shit. I mean, this guy was the leader of Oingo Boingo. They did a song called Dead Man's Party. He's perfect for that shit. Yeah.
I love that song, by the way.
I do too. It's the perfect Halloween
He
song.
also did the song Weird Science.
Weird Science. That's what everybody knows, but yeah.
But he did both of those movies. He wanted to do those because he wanted to break into doing soundtracks. And that's why Oingo Boingo died. And but I love Nightmare Before Christmas. I love the music. I love the fact that that's Chris Sarandon until the singing happens. And that is Danny Elfman doing the vocals for Jack Skellington. I love that movie. I really do. I love the breaking edge, cutting edge fucking animation, the way they did it. And it's the same thing with the other movie, James and the Giant Peach. I love that movie.
Yeah. Yeah. That's another Burton one, isn't it? Yeah.
And Randy Edelman and Trevor Jones did music for The Last of the Mohicans.
Okay. All right. I didn't know if that was Zimmer or not, but it's really, really good.
Oh, it's a good soundtrack.
Yeah.
Because she bought that for me, and that's back in 91. And I've never seen the movie. And I haven't.
Well, you said you said what made me think of it is you said that Batman should have a theme that could be played to metal, music and stuff like that. And one of my favorite wrestlers that's not in the WWE, he comes out to the Last of the Mohicans theme played on an electric guitar, and it's badass. Yeah.
I bet. Okay. Prince's music for the soundtrack was really good.
Yes.
And let's see, John Williams' music for JFK was fantastic. It is.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that's really good about that movie is it's a really well told story of what happened with the hearings and everything. But my beef with it is it's just so fucking long. And oh my God, it's like I've told Anima, I said, we need to watch this movie, but oh my God, I'm going to have to dedicate those 3 fucking hours to
but
watch
you know
that
what?
movie.
It also shows how ADD Oliver Stone is. Because the first time you watch that movie, you have to watch it a couple of times just to get everything. All the facts.
Well,
he's
throwing so much in there that's
Yeah.
really from interviews and from the actual court hearing. And it's like, I mean, yes, he really did say that back and to the left, which became a pop culture joke.
Yeah, it
like,
was.
When they have that baseball game and
My favorite episode of Seinfeld, back and to the left, back.
And if you watch, he shows if you watch when he gets hit by, I think it was a piece of gum.
Yeah,
Right?
somebody spit or threw gum or something. I can't remember.
And it was, I think it was supposed to be Seinfeld. I think that's why Newman was doing it, trying to fucking
It was
wreck the
Kramer
world.
that got hit by it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see him like jerk back. He says, watch again, the replay, back and to the left. Again, back and
funny,
to the
man.
left when he gets
Damn.
it was fucking, that was funny.
It was hilarious. Oh.
Bye, Penny.
Bye, Penny.
I got to get going too, guys. I got to shove
Me
some
too.
groceries down my throat because I got a show in less than 30 minutes.
Bye, Joe.
What I'm going to do when we watch JFK is I'm going to speed it up until probably just the courtroom scenes.
Yeah.
I'll do about 1.5.
You got to show the Donald Sutherland scene, though, because that's the best scene in the damn movie, dude.
Like That dude is so involved. That character
Yes.
is
Yes.
so deeply involved, and I think he's CIA.
Yeah.
Because both the CIA and the mob were hand in hand working for this, and they wanted to get payback for what happened in Cuba with the Bay of Pigs.
Pretty obvious. I agree with his conclusions in the movie. I really
Because
do.
a lot of people died
Mhm.
in the Bay of Pig assault, and they took that shit personally.
There
So
were a
when you
lot of
look at it-
people. Look, man, yeah, you got to know the context of what was going on in history at that time. He won by the thinnest margin ever in an election, and a lot of people didn't like him. They thought he was a communist. A lot of people did.
And they also thought he might be an agent for the Catholic Church.
Right. Yeah.
And a lot of things were being said and done. But
I gotta
they
go.
had it
Hasta.
in for him. All right, brother. See you later.
Bye. Let's wrap this up.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out, what are we talking about here?
Oh, they're talking about the history of Frankenstein movies.
Yeah,
I've been
because
having
what
a
happened
long
was
discussion about that.
Universal started to not make money off the monsters. They need that money. So they revived it with the comedies of having Abbott and Costello do the films. And it fucking worked, man. It brought life back into the Universal. And then again, they started to lose money. And they did The Creature from the Black Lagoon. And then, of course, the second film, Revenge of the Creature. But I love because technically, I wouldn't call them parodies, because the characters, the Universal characters, the monster characters, like Lyle Talbot and Dracula and the Creature, aren't meant to be. They're not funny. It's how Lou Costello and Bud Abbott react to them that makes it funny, which is my favorite kind of comedy. And because they do that, technically it's not a parody. And even though they're playing it straight, just like to do an Airplane, they're still, those characters don't say anything funny. You don't get anything funny from any of the creatures until the ending, where they're on the boat trying to get out of there, and you see a cigarette light itself in midair. And he goes, "Oh, I was hoping to get involved too." And like, "Who are you?" And he goes, "Oh, let me introduce myself. I'm the Invisible Man." Ha 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 ha. And it's a funny fucking scene. It's Vincent Price, who would later go on to play the actual Invisible Man. So, Oliver Stone, what did I see that? I liked Nixon. It was a good film. I was surprised how much I enjoyed that movie. Yeah, Abbott and Costello are the best. In 1930, the British embargo stopped Universal from releasing their film in the UK, and that sucks. The monsters were played straight. Yep, they were still scary, because you felt that Lou Costello in particular was in danger, and that made his reaction so much funnier. Because he's like, well, you see this again later in a show that Anima and I have just started watching together, The Night Stalker, or Kolchak, The Night Stalker. We watched the first two movies, and now we're watching the first episode of the only season 1. And his reaction to those creatures is so fucking funny, because he acts like a coward, but he's not, because he's still doing it, which is what we refer to as actual courage. Courage is when you're terrified, but you do it anyway. They are the gold standard. Right next to them is Laurel and Hardy, and they're my two favorite comic duos. And I'll stop whatever I'm doing. If it comes on, I'll stop and watch Laurel and Hardy whenever they do something. But same thing with Lou and Bud and Lou, because they're just so fucking funny to me. One of my favorite Universal films that was not part of the Monsterverse was Abbott and Costello Meet the Killer with Boris Karloff. But people think that's the title, because it's right below the opening title of the film. So they refer to it, Meet the Killer, Boris Karloff. I went, no, it's starring Boris Karloff. Why would his name be? Because his character is not Boris Karloff. Why would you think that? People think that. And I'm like, God, people are dumb. It's sort of like when people try to talk to me about The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing. It's like, well, you don't know who that is. I said, okay, let's address that argument. Who isn't it? Well, we know it's not Childs because he's got a sweater on and has fucking normal looking hair. 2, we know that it's not Knowles. So that's 2 people. Okay. We know it's clearly neither of the doctors because they're both bald. So that's 4. We know it's not. Only thing left is Norris, Palmer, and we know it's not Kurt Russell's character. And because he's off in the other part of the camp at that same moment. So it's really, you're down to 2 people, Palmer or Norris. Look at that haircut, and he's wearing a sweater, not a jacket. In the shadow, you can tell it's a sweater. So we know it's not all of these others. The only 2 left are Palmer or Norris. Palmer wears a blue jean jacket that sticks up a bit, and he's got a thin head and weird poofy hair. No, it's the style of hair of Norris. And but they used a stand-in. That's not the actor. I went, I don't care. Math is math.
We've just been through this, Gary.
I know. I'm never gonna let it go because I get this fucking all the time because it's my second favorite film of all time. Like, well, I like to debate that. And it's like, it's not a debate. There's no argument. You just sound stupid. That's it. It's like you have math in front of you. We also know that they're both human at the end because that was part of the contract deal with Universal. To get the funding, Carpenter had to show they survived and that you hear the death of the alien. You don't have to show it, but you have to hear it. And that's why the movie ends that way. So Childs and fucking Mac are fucking human at the end. They'll go, well, you still see his breath. I said, right before he steps over there, you see his breath. That's a stupid fucking comment. Right before he steps into the shed, you can see him breathing because the light's hitting him differently. Oh my God. I just run into these people that want to debate this. And it's like, it's not a fucking debate. It's clear what's going on here if you pay attention. And you have to understand math, basically. Now, I'm not talking about, well, it's algebra. It's algebra. It is an algebraic formula of who that can be. So, but Boris did Arsenic and Old Lace on stage. Yes, he did. And it's because of his contract, he wasn't allowed to be in the movie. He was originally supposed to be in the movie to play the same character, the brother. And but they did a great joke because I love the joke in the movie that he looks like Boris Karloff with all of his scars. And it was Raymond Massey that played the part. And Massey did his best to look and act like Boris Karloff. But it was a fucking contract that prevented him from being in the film because of the
guys,
studio.
I need to go.
All right, get going. I'm going to end it up here. See you later, Martin. If they were both human, they would have frozen to death.
Bye.
That's the ending that you're left with, is that they know they're going to die. And but in Carpenter's script for the original script he was going to do for the thing too, is that Max survives, and that Childs died during the night, and that's it. I'm looking forward to him doing this. Because the talking, this is straight from Carpenter himself. The Thing 2, he's working on it right now, and he alluded to the fact that Escape from New York, the third film, could happen. Problem is, original idea for a third film got ruined because it became Ghosts of Mars, which was a terrible film. I know a lot of people love it, but I can't stand that fucking movie. Bella goes through the same thing, and no, it wasn't Bela Lugosi. It was Boris Karloff that was on stage. Or wait, Lugosi did the same thing with Arsenic and Old Blaze. What did he have to do with it? Yeah, but I don't know that. That's some information I'm not aware of. Yeah, and it's a great film. It was originally supposed to be Escape from Earth, and he went to Mars, and that's what became Ghosts of Mars, the original script from that story. And so now he's got to do a whole new story if they're going to do a third film. And Kurt Russell's only going to do it if Carpenter is involved. He doesn't want to come back. And I think that's what killed the sequel to with The Rock for Big Trouble in Little China, because Kurt didn't want to do it. If Carpenter's not directly involved with the film, I don't want to be in it. And he means directing it. What about the remake that was made a few years ago of what?
Okay, this is for you, Gary.
You take a hell of a long time to say goodbye.
We usually don't get out of here until about 2 hours and 22 minutes.
You know I'm sitting here falling asleep, so.
Did Arsenal Lays? I'm not sure what we're talking about here. What about the remake that was made a few years ago, and I don't know what film that is? Oh my God, that was awful, Milton Bradley. Oh, that's all it was. He took elements from Assault on Precinct 13 and put it into that film. It didn't work. It was not good. So I'll end on this, that the only sequel I would be interested in is something from John Carpenter himself. But Carpenter, like so many directors, as they get older, lose their touch. And I'm not overly excited, but I think it's cool. So there we go. All right. So I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank Gambit, Snorty, Queen Glamazona, Real Popcorn Geek, Connie Cleary, Milton Bradley, Classic Comics, Penny, Peter Vickman, Fansite, D. Bud Martin, Sandra Hammerslag, Sally Forth, and 11 Alpha. Thanks for popping in, guys, and hanging out with us. It's always fun. And I want to thank Martin for being the left side of my brain. I want to thank Joe and Mephisto for being here. I love seeing those guys. So, but that's it, guys. We're going to get the hell out of here. Everybody have a good rest of the week, and we'll see you again on Friday. And until then, at least enjoy Keith's show tomorrow morning. So, all right. Bye, guys. All right. I'll just sit here and wait, Anima. So you can say bye. All right. I'm going to keep talking then. I'm sorry, guys.
You torture me.
No, I told you I'm ending the show, and I go to start ending the show, and you're gone.
Yeah.
So
for reasons. So
I
bye,
said
guys.
bye. All right.
Y'all come back now, you hear? Matt Damon.